Hi everyone. Hello everyone. Today we are going to be doing a couple of examples involving sealed bids. Okay, our first example, we've got three women, Annabelle and Chloe, and they're dividing up 4 pieces of furniture between them. And they've each bid on what they think each item is worth. So for instance, we have this table here. Anna thinks the dresser is worth $150, desk worth $180, and so on and so forth. All right. Now we want to find the value of each player's fair share. So each player's fair share means their fair shares are going to be different. It depends on what they bid. And to find it, what we're going to do is we're going to add their bids and divide by 3. So we add up all of Anna's bids. That gives us 900. We divide 900 by 3, and that gives us that her fair share is 300. When we add up all of Belle's bids, we also get 900. So Anna and Belle happen to both have fair shares of 300, but we'll see when we add Chloe's up, the total here is 1,200. When we divide 1,200 by 3, we get 400. Okay, now let's describe the first settlement. So we want to know who gets which item and how much they pay in cash. So what is going to happen here is they are going to get, we're assuming they get their fair share, and then we're going to subtract off the bid on any items they get. And then if we get something out that's positive, that means that they get paid that amount. If we get negative, that means they pay that amount. Okay, so let's see here. Highest bid on the dresser, looks like it was Belle with 300. Highest bid on the desk, looks like it was Anna with 180. Highest bid on the vanity, looks like it was Chloe with 260. And Chloe also got the tapestry with a bid of 500. Okay, so let's look here, and let's first deal with Anna. So Anna's going to get her fair share, so she gets 300, and we subtract off her bid on any items that she got. So she got that 180. She got that desk and she paid 180 for it, which leaves us with, she gets $120 and she gets the desk. Now let's deal with Belle. Well, Belle, up here in the second column, gets the dresser, and her fair share is 300, so we assume she gets her fair share minus what she pays for that dresser, which is 300, which comes out to 0. So she just gets the dresser. And Chloe, well, she got 2 items, the vanity and the tapestry, and she, we are going to assume, gets her fair share, but then we subtract off what she pays for those 2 items. So she paid 260 and she paid 500, and that comes out to a negative 360. So she gets the vanity, the tapestry, and she pays 360. So that's our initial settlement. We know what each person got item-wise, and then we know what they had to pay or are supposed to get from the estate. Okay, now we want to find the surplus after the first settlement. Okay, and so our surplus is going to be the amount paid to the estate minus the amount gotten by players. Okay, so up here, let's see, Chloe was the only one who paid. She paid $360. So she paid $360 into that estate minus the amount gotten by players. Well, Belle didn't get anything, and Anna got $120. So that is a surplus of $240, and we're going to divide it evenly between the 3 players. So $240 divided by 3 is $80. So it's $80 per player is the surplus. So now to find the final settlement, we just need to factor that surplus in. Okay. So let's see here. Well, Anna, remember she got the desk and she got $120 in the first settlement plus that surplus of $80, which gives her the desk and $200. Okay, and now Belle, remember she got the dresser and then $0 up here. So now she still gets the dresser. In the first settlement, she got $0. Now she also gets played that surplus. So she gets the dresser and $80. And Chloe, well, in the first settlement, she got the vanity and the tapestry. And she paid $360. So we can view that as negative $360. Okay, and then she gets that $80. Well, the $360 she paid plus that $80 is going to offset it just a little bit, and that ends up being negative $280. So she gets the vanity, the tapestry, and she pays $280. And if you'll notice here, the amount paid and the amount gotten should zero out, and it does. So here, Anna gets $200, Belle gets $80, and $280 is exactly what Chloe pays. So there is our final settlement. Okay, now we're going to do one more example from this section, and it is still using sealed bids, but it is using a reverse auction. So now, instead of bidding to get an item, right, people are bidding on things that they do not want. So instead of highest bid getting it, it's going to be lowest bid getting it. Here we've got 3 roommates, Allie, Brianna, and Karen, moving out of their apartment. They've got to do chores. They don't want to do the chores, and they're bidding on how much credit they should get to do them, so lowest bid is going to get it. Okay. We want to find out who gets which chores, how much they've got to pay. All right, so first thing we're going to do, just like last time, is compute their fair share. And again, you total up the column, and we divide it by 3 because there's 3 women here. So Allie's fair share is $100. When we total Brianna's column, we get $285 divided by 3 gives us $95. And when we total Karen's column, we also get $285, which means her fair share is also $95. Okay. And let's keep in mind here, in a reverse auction, you pay your fair share. So you pay your fair share and you get your bid. So it's flipped from the way it was in the last example. And lowest bid wins. So let's go through and determine who gets each chore. Okay, first chore, $65, $70, and $55. Karen has the lowest with 55. She's willing to do it for the least. Chore number 2, we see Brianna with 85 is the smallest amount there. Chore number 3, we've got 60, 50, and 45 is the lowest. Karen again. And chore number 4, 75, 80, and 90. We've got Allie with chore number 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and determine the first settlement. So Allie does chore number 4. Okay, so she pays her fair share of $100. When you pay it, it's negative coming out of your pocket, and she gets paid $75 for doing that chore, and that comes out to negative $25. Negative means she pays. So she got chore number 4 and she pays $25. Now Brianna, she had the lowest bid on chore number 2. Okay, and her fair share was $95, so she pays that $95, which is why it's negative, and she gets $85 of credit for doing that chore, and that comes out to negative $10. Negative, so she still pays. She pays $10. Okay. And then let's deal with Karen. Well, she got chores 1 and 3. So she pays her fair share, which is $95, but she gets credit for doing $45 for chore number 3 and $55 for chore number 1. And that comes out to positive 5. So she does those chores and she gets $5 because she did more work than her fair share was worth, so she gets paid back a little bit. Okay, we have the first settlement. Now we want to figure out what the surplus is. All right. Well, let's see what got paid in. Allie paid $25. Brianna paid $10. Karen got paid $5. So 25 and 10 is 35, minus 5 is $30 surplus. So we divide by 3, and that gives us $10 per player. All right, now we just need to distribute $10 to each player, and we'll have the final settlement. Okay. So Allie got chore number 4, and remember she was paying $25, but then she gets $10 for the surplus, so that comes out to negative 15. So she does chore number 4 and she pays $15. And Brianna, she got chore number 2 and she had to pay $10, but then she gets $10 from the surplus, which is 0. So she just gets chore number 2. And then Karen, let's remind ourselves what Karen got. She got $5 and did chores 1 and 3. So Karen did chores 1 and 3. She got paid $5, and then she gets paid another $10 from the surplus, which is $15. So she does those 2 chores and she gets $15. And we'll notice, just like on the last one, the amount paid, which is 15, and the amount gotten, which is 15, zero out exactly. That is it for today.